Welcome to the Tech Law Podcast, where we explore legal issues affecting technology companies, from startups to the giants. If it's tech and it's legal, we talk about it here. The show is presented by Pillar Legal. We help tech leaders protect their companies so they can focus on innovation and growth. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Greg Pilarowski, the founder of Pillar Legal. Today's topic: should I hire a lawyer to incorporate my company? We do have a text post with the exact same content. Link will be in the show notes. And so if you prefer to get the information in writing as opposed to verbally or by video, that's the place to go. Short answer is no. You don't need to hire a lawyer to incorporate your company. This is largely a mechanical administrative task, and there's all kinds of online services that can do it much cheaper and much faster than a lawyer. So yes, you can completely do it yourself. You don't need to hire a lawyer. However, we have seen and worked with a number of companies who did incorporate themselves, and there is a common mistake that many of them make, which is that they don't finish the job. Sometimes they'll use an online incorporation service to file a certificate of incorporation with the Secretary of State in the relevant state where they're incorporating, and then that's all they'll do. Or maybe they'll get an employee identification number so that they can go open an account at their local bank, and they won't do anything else. They won't issue stock. They don't appoint the directors. They don't do indemnification agreements. They don't adopt bylaws. So that's the normal mistake. So if you do it yourself, it's just important that you go ahead and you finish the job. In terms of online incorporation services, there's a lot of them out there. When I run a Google search, there's a few that tend to come up more frequently. Zen Business, LegalZoom, Northwest Registered Agents, InkNow. The one that we like the best, it doesn't always come up in the search results, it's called Clerky. We like Clerky because they have detailed explanations for the whole process. And so they try to educate you on what you have to get done. And if you have the time and you can stick with it, working with somebody like Clerky, you can do it yourself. If you go ahead and form the company yourself and don't finish the job, so you don't issue stock to the founders, or you don't appoint the board, or forget this or forget that, in general, most of those mistakes can be fixed later, provided that everybody who's involved with fixing it agrees to do so. If you have some disputes, that can obviously be troublesome. But there is one critical thing that it's really hard to fix later, and that's the 83B election for vested stock. So if you incorporate yourself and you issue stock to yourself and co-founders, and then that stock is subject to vesting, one important thing to get done is an 83B election. You need to file that with the IRS within 30 days of issuing that stock that is subject to vesting. We have more details on that in the text post, or you can just Google it and get a lot of information about filing 83B elections. So in conclusion, is it necessary to hire a lawyer to incorporate my company? No, you can definitely do it yourself. But if you want somebody to have, to be there to answer your questions, then having a lawyer can be helpful. If you do it on your own, the key thing is to just finish the job, get everything done. In our text post, we list all the things that we think are most important when incorporating a Delaware company that has its headquarters in California, where we are. So if you go through that list and you're completing all those tasks on a do-it-yourself basis, you should be in good shape. And then the key thing, of course, is if you do have vesting on that founder stock, get the 83B election done. Hope this is helpful. Thanks a bunch, and good luck with that incorporation. The Tech Law Podcast is presented by Pillar Legal. For more information about tech, startup, and video game law, visit our website. Follow us on LinkedIn, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or YouTube. Links are in the show notes. And now for the legal stuff. We are lawyers, after all. This podcast is for educational purposes only. The information presented in the show should not be construed as legal advice. And listening to the show does not establish an attorney-client relationship. In addition, the information presented has not been updated since the episode publication date. It may be required to be updated or customized for particular facts and circumstances. Any views expressed by guests are not necessarily the views of Pillar Legal. If you need help with any legal matter, be sure to consult an attorney. And if you don't have one, consider contacting us. This podcast episode may be considered attorney advertising under applicable law.